I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. This is probably going to be the last video I make today for the day, but I wanted to eat a really neat pepper that I haven't eaten before. Wine connoisseurs, they love trying different wines. That's a thing. I'm a pepper connoisseur, and this is one I have never tried before. Very cool looking pod. It's called Brown Lightning. This is an off phenotype, but I've never had a brown lightning before. It's got a very interesting color too. It doesn't have the typical chocolate color. It's very much more brown than the typical chocolate pod is. So the name is really neat. If you look, it really is brown and not like a typical chocolate. Wish I had a regular chocolate pod side by side that you could see, but you know what? This is incredibly oily. I think I'm going to take a picture of this to put on the gram, so just bear with me for one split second. People, let me show you this pod. The interior is really moist. There is the interior of a, if you see right where my middle finger is right there, will you look at how much oil there is collecting right there? Oh, it's got a great aroma too. It doesn't have the typical aroma of a chocolate pod. It almost has a fruity aroma, which you don't get with chocolate pods. You get more earthy. This almost has a fruity aroma. Smells great. I don't know anything about the genetics. I don't know how hot it is, but since it's called Lightning, I'm hoping it's going to be a burner. But listen, I hope whatever you're doing, you're with your family. If you're not with your family, be with them in spirit. If you're alone, somebody already made a comment that he wasn't with his family today. Everybody on the bus is with you. So, we got a lot of family here. So the comment section can be a great place to connect with somebody if you're having a tough time. But my heart goes out to everybody today. This is not the easiest of holidays, but it's the most beautiful. It really is. But here is the Brown Lightning. Now this was an off phenotype again, but this was grown by Jacob Deathridge. He sent me some amazing peppers, and I'm excited to try this one. Here's looking at you, kid. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Definitely doesn't taste like a typical chocolate pod. There was a bit of sweetness when I first put into it, and sweet and chocolate pods don't usually go together. Jacob, if you're watching this, email me or text me. You have my number. I'd love to know the genetics of that pod. The taste is great. Letting the heat build a little bit. Letting the heat build a little bit before I give you an assessment of that. The burn is on the sides of my tongue. Mostly my tongue. It's kind of leaving my throat alone. A non-chili head would not appreciate this, not one little bit. If you are a chili head and you kind of favor chocolate pods, I think you will love this, because although it's got some similarities with chocolate pods, it's not nearly as earthy than some chocolate pods I've had. Almost like a go-between between earthy and fruity, if that makes any sense. If you haven't had one of those pods, it may not make any sense, but to me, it seems like a go-between between a red pod and a chocolate pod. There's definitely some fruitiness to it. Lovely pepper, though. I really like that. It was delicious. So listen, I even thought briefly about going live tonight, but I'm not going to. I hope everybody takes the time just to reflect on what this is all about. Spend time with the ones you love. Stay connected. That's a really important thing. So, just a quick video. Very neat pod, Chocolate Lightning. Now that's the off phenotype, which makes me wonder what the regular phenotype looks like. Because as I said, I've never had one of those pods before. One of the neatest things about being a chili head is trying a pod you haven't tried before. You know, even when I get one I don't like, I still like it because it's a new pod. Something I hadn't tried before. I mentioned this in a video the other day. There are over 5,000 different types of peppers. Isn't that mind-boggling? I haven't even put a dent in that 5,000 number. I'm sure I've had a couple hundred, but haven't even put a dent in that. So that's exciting. There's lots of pods that I have yet to try. So anyway, just wish you and yours a happy, very, very Merry Christmas. Keep your head up. For those that are having a tough time, hang in there. Going to wrap it up now. Tonight, I'm going to be on, I won't be a guest, but I'll certainly be glued to my brother Tommy's channel, the Lifeboat. We're going to wrap it up, though. I'll tell you more about that in just a split second. In the description box, you're going to see a link for Jacob Deathridge. He's a good guy, and he's a good grower. Very interesting grower, man. Grew some really, really neat pods that I've eaten this year. Very impressed with his what he's produced. So you'll see a link for Jacob in the description box. Again, I said this in a previous video. I think he's done for the year as far as fresh pods. But you know what? I'd get on his list and make a friendship with that guy, because when the season starts up again, he grows some fire. And that's the truth. So if you like super hots, he's a good guy to get some pods from. Here's the stuff at the end. Right there is the pepper. That pepper is how you get on the bus. If you've been watching this for a long time and you've never clicked that pepper, first of all, thank you for the times you've watched. But those numbers, how fast the bus is growing, is sort of my daily report card of how we're doing. So if you've watched these videos for a long time, but you've never clicked that pepper, do me a favor and do that. It costs that much to click that pepper. It costs the exact same amount to click that pepper as it does to be a good, kind, decent human being. So let's all see if we can do that. Right there is the Lifeboat. Now tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tommy, my brother, will be going live on the Lifeboat. It's an amazing channel that's really helping people. Tonight's going to be a good one. I will not be I was on his channel yesterday. I will not be a guest host tonight. I'll just be a spectator like everybody else, but I wouldn't miss this. So please check that out. Right there are more videos. I thank you for taking the time to watch. Love you guys. Let's have a great day. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.